Swipe Up, episode 231, the podcast where I share my unfiltered thoughts on the latest news and entertainment updates. I'm your host, Ray Taylor. Between 1950 and 2002, one study found that nearly 4,000 children were victims of sexual abuse from Catholic clergy. Over 1,000 kids were abused in Pennsylvania alone. There's a group of adults who play dress up and posed a serious threat to children, and it's not drag queens. This outrage over the drag queen thing is absolutely absurd. The argument that they don't want children experiencing sexually or being sexualized in any way, which doesn't happen at underage drag events. It's not happening at the story time events, but happens at professional sports games, happens at Hooters, happens in the entire town of Las Vegas. Like, there are legitimate places where children are exposed to sexual behavior that are real and dangerous, especially leaders of religions, youth pastors. There's a history of the most evil things happening to children at the hands of religious leaders. There is no proof of this drag queen thing. It is just another one of these homophobic, transphobic, labeling victimized and marginalized groups as the villain in order to make their existence illegal based on nothing. Meanwhile, I don't see any of these Proud Boys going to all of the other events where kids are introduced or exposed to sexual. They're not protesting kids from going to Vegas. They're not protesting against kids going into rated R movies. They're not protesting against kids going to church, to youth groups, to Boy Scouts, to, well, I guess there's no sexualized things, but they can definitely be targeted there. There's like sporting events where cheerleaders, if that's what they're really concerned about protecting, there's zero desire to protect kids against the one thing that is the most likely reason to they be killed, which is gun violence. There's no push to end gun violence to save the kids, because none of those things target the LGBTQ community, because that's all they want to do. They want to target people who exist in a way that is different from them, and they excuse their behavior and their demonization of this group by the idea they're protecting kids. But they don't want to protect kids, right? Let's go into some information about the Catholic Church, shall we? Child sexual abuse by Roman Catholic priests was first publicized in 1985 when a Louisiana priest pleaded guilty to 11 counts of molestation of boys. The issue gained national attention in 2002 after publications by the Boston Globe revealed a pattern of cover-ups by many large dioceses across the U.S. Institutionalized abuse. The sex abuse crisis in the U.S. became a nationwide scandal, created a crisis for the Catholic Church. Over many decades, priests, lay members of religious orders in the Roman Catholic Church had sexually abused children, principally boys, on a large scale. Many of the accused priests were forced to resign or were localized. Loicalized? I don't know what that word is. Several bishops who had participated in the cover-ups were also forced to resign or retire. The diocese in which the crimes were committed found it necessary to make financial settlements with the victims, estimated to have surpassed $3 billion in total in 2012. I mean, that's a lot of money. They're clearly doing stuff. They're losing. They're settling. They're paying people off. Oh, we're sorry that our institution raped generations, right? The majority of accused priests in the U.S. and one formal allegation of abuse made against them, and some had 10 or more allegations. Catholic bishops kept these crimes secret and resigned accused priests to other parishes. What? Resigned accused priests to other parishes in positions where they had continued unsupervised contact with youth. That moved them around. Hey, this is like cops that kill people. Oh, you're fired from this precinct. They go and get hired somewhere else where they can go kill and abuse and terrorize people again. Which cops also do this. The police youth programs many times show that the police are doing some of these exact evil things that these Catholic priests are doing. The revelations nationwide led to a zero-tolerance policy by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. So it took them a while to come up with a, we're no longer going to tolerate. This makes us look bad, guys. I know historically we've done this. We've not only done that, we've killed kids too. Wait, this is a bad image. They don't really care that they've abused kids. They care that it makes them look bad that they abused kids. In December 2019, it was revealed that numerous bishops across the U.S. had withheld hundreds of names of their accused clergy's list. Church officials followed a playbook for concealing the truth and minimized the abuse by using words like inappropriate contact instead of rape. The church protects its institutions at all costs and showed complete disdain for victims. The Catholic Church has paid over $2 billion in settlements for sexual abuse from cases from 1950 to 2007. The total figure reached over $3 billion by 2012. 8 Catholic dioceses declared bankruptcy due to sex abuse cases from 2004 to 2011. In 2018, Roman Catholic Archdiocese of St. Paul and Minneapolis paid $210 million to victims of clergy sexual abuse, the largest settlement by any U.S. U.S. Catholic diocese in bankruptcy. In February 2020, 5 Catholic dioceses in New Jersey paid over $11 million to compensate 105 claims of sexual abuse committed by Catholic clergy. By May 2020, 3 years ago, the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Philadelphia announced it expected to pay $126 million in reparations for sexual abuse cases. Now, I would understand if this delusional idea that let's just say guns don't exist, right? Let's put the thing that children are most likely to die from in this country, gun violence. Like, let's just imagine gun violence isn't the leading cause of death in children, right? And let's imagine for a second that the delusional idea that conservatives have that drag queens are the biggest threat to children, right? Because that's what they're acting like. That's, aside from books, that is like, don't read things, but also drag queens. Let's just imagine that's like, where are all of these, like, if they were even comparable, if they were even a fraction to what the Catholic Church has dealt with, billions of dollars, where's all this proof you'll see like photos or videos showing like out of context situations where maybe it's inappropriate, but like if that was happening at a scale that was even close to the Catholic Church historically has done, to do the most evil things to children, then they could just regurgitate those facts. But they don't ever have facts. They have memes. They have regurgitated statements made by their propaganda networks. Where's the court cases? Where are the convictions? Where are the settlements that are happening? None of these things are happening. Especially none of these things happening at the massive scale that they are happening with the Catholic Church, which is not strictly the Catholic Church being the only ones. They're the most popular. They have been so popular at raping children that it has been a joke how popular they are at raping children for generations. Where is the proof? Where is this threat to children? And that's like ignoring the fact that kids are more likely to die because guns are more popular, are more protected in this country than they are, right? That's even forgetting that. But you're never seeing Proud Boys going to churches. You're not seeing them going into youth groups protecting the kids from the youth pastors, where it is very common for children to be abused by youth pastors. Any kind of religious figure who has access to and control over young children generally will take advantage. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So, just some facts on what an organization, an institution who has historically, throughout history, abused children in the most evil ways and gone so far as to cover it up and have been punished, monetarily punished, for the thousands of children that have at least come forward. Because for every child that actually comes forward, you know there are countless that are too damaged or have already killed themselves for what has happened. Like they're not even an accurate representation of the total number. They are the ones that have come forward. Like, who wants to go through a public thing where you're accusing, you're on trial, they're on trial, like you are forever connected with being raped by a priest. So there are countless children that have not come forward from a religious organization. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it's not just the Catholic churches. Every religion takes advantage. Not everybody who's religious, but if you're the disgusting human being that wants to control and take advantage, then you put yourself in a leadership role that gives you access. Especially if you're connected to religion, which is designed to control people, which is designed to manipulate people into believing and following. They refer to themselves as a flock. They follow their pastor, their priest. It's insane, the world we're living in. And the problem is not drag queens. The problem is not story time. The problem is not children's books that acknowledge the existence of human life that exists in different forms. It is just mind-boggling, the direction that this country is going in.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.